Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Up, 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 up. It's It's a turn around her, but you get your on the wrong. Tryna be around the wrong, gonna be on the phone. Let me get that toot toot. Let me get that toot toot. Let me get that beep beep. Running her hands through her fro, bouncing on her toes. I'm my tail.
Rolling that body, got every man in here wishing, smoking up the bomb. I'm like, so what? I'm drunk. It's that freaking weekend, baby. I'm having some fun. Oh no, I'm here on the World Wide Web gigging to the R. Kelly like that.
That's terrible.
I thought we only supposed to do that in private. Tristan, you exposed me.
You exposed me. You are not loyal to the cause.
Oh my goodness. And I was rocking.
Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. It is Saucy and Friends in the morning. Every weekday morning, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. We are here giving you the news, giving you some music, giving you some entertainmente to get to the work, to get into your work day, to feel good about it. While you guys are passing through, go ahead and press that share button right in the corner of your screen. If you're watching on Twitter or YouTube or Twitch, go ahead, copy and paste that link into your browser and let people know what you're listening to.
Go on ahead, do it.
Do what you gotta do. Let them know that you are here and we are here and ready for you. Toot toot toot.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, sometimes you gotta break it down. You gotta break down the bridge. But we are here, and we're gonna have a great show lined up for you guys. We have no guests today, so we're just gonna get into the work day. This is the first official week of December. Starting off on a Monday. December started on Friday, so everybody just kind of took it as a do-over because you can't really start a new something in the middle of the something. You gotta start you gotta start first.
Before.
Yeah, you either gotta start on a Monday or you gotta start on a day.
On a day. On a day. Sunday.
Yeah.
But you can't start on a Friday.
Yeah, Friday means that you gotta get through the weekend. So any new habits, make sure you start on Monday. You wanna go to the gym? Start on Monday. That's a lie, because they said you're just supposed to go and start whenever you start. But whatever. We got a lot coming up for you guys. Quick check-in. Miss Tony, how you doing, honey? How was your weekend?
I'm okay. My weekend was all right. It was very low-key, laid back. Didn't do very much at all. Did nothing. I did nothing.
Why? Was that by design?
I think it was done on purpose. I think I did nothing on purpose. It was cool, though. I'm trying to think of anything that I did. No, I did get to unload a lot of heaviness out of my kitchen. I'm redoing
heaviness
life, and so I'm decluttering and clearing up one room per at a time, because I don't know if it's daily or weekly or what it is.
The time.
One room per time, and last night we were able to do the kitchen, and that I don't know. My kitchen is this big. And I had like 10 trash bags full of things. So I don't understand what happened.
Man, it's crazy once you start to dig out the things that you have placed and they have just become kind of like fixtures in your home. And then when you start to like really kind of throw them away, you like, I was living in a lot of things.
I know. So it's like, what happens when I have to move out of here? Because so I have to start getting rid of the things now. So it's good, and it felt good because it felt like the apartment feels lighter after you get rid of all that stuff. So I'm trying to live life as a minimalist.
Declutter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Minimalist is actually my goal.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have a lot of things. I just want to have the things that I need. Because if you think about your daily life, I feel like I wear the same thing over and over again. So why do I have this plethora of clothing?
Well, that's the new stress that I put on myself, because I was like, look how easy it was for me to declutter and get rid of things in the kitchen. But how am I going to do that when it comes to me with clothes? Because that's
you have
hard.
a lot of clothes.
I have a lot of clothes and
Just
a
do
lot
it.
of
Just
shoes.
Just do it.
And it's just like, I don't know how I'm going to do that. But what my rule yesterday was, if it's not being used right now, I don't want it.
Yep.
So, like, we collect all of those Christmas bags. Like, oh, we're going to keep these Christmas bags. I need to keep the Christmas bags because Christmas is coming up. But, like, birthday party napkins. You know what I mean? Like, yellow forks and spoons because you had a yellow-themed birthday party.
Yes.
Or mad birthday candles, all these damn free teas that you get from places, and you collect the tea bags and all of that stuff. I had to get rid of all of that stuff. There was 3 rolls of parchment paper in my cabinet. What am I doing with all of that parchment paper?
What's parchment paper?
I don't know.
That's that little wax paper?
Yes. You know what I had mad of too? Those little to-go cups that they give the kids with the little twisty
Yeah.
straws. I had mad of those. Get rid of all of those.
Yeah.
I like just, all the stuff that you don't need. Stuff. Just get rid of it. That's what I did yesterday, and it felt great.
That's good.
Good morning.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
Dee Dee wants to know she can have the parchment paper.
Oh, it's gone.
Too late.
It's
What'd you
gone.
do this
What are you gonna
weekend,
do with
Sauce?
it, Dee Dee?
Same thing. I have checked out of life.
No, you're still here.
I mean, I'm still alive. I haven't unalived. But, like when I go home, I don't want to do anything and I don't want to. But I did do a couple things. On Friday, I went to go see the Beyonce movie, Renaissance.
Oh, you see it.
Spectacular. Spectacular. If you are any type of creative and you are going through it, go watch that movie and she will put a lot of different things in perspective for you. It is first of all, it is 3 hours long of movie. So that is the first one. That was the only issue I had with it. It don't got to be that long, Beyonce. It don't got to be that long. But you were seeing the concert in between her real life process. So that was really spectacular. And to those who went to the actual concert, kudos to you, because that looked magnificent. That was a magnificent event. So, yes, it's in the theaters now. Go see it. Definitely go see it. It will truly inspire and motivate you. I also attended Saturday, I didn't do anything. Saturday, we didn't do nothing? Nope, Saturday didn't do anything. And then on yesterday, shout outs to Inside the Maze, who is going to be starting the Drive Time show here on Spark FM Online, the radio version of Inside the Maze. But yesterday, my good friend Miss Mofilla had her first live show for Critical Breakdown. So I went over there and hung out with them and James Lambert III. And a couple AI and a couple of other really cool people, and they talked about being black and dating, and they had a Honduran, they had a Dominican, a Haitian.
Who's the Honduran?
I don't know. I didn't actually know her. I've never seen her before in my life. She did say some things that were kind of weird. She was like how the black people in Honduras are garifunas, and I was like, not all of them.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
think they are. I just think we don't. I think we're.
You're black? No, we're not.
Yeah, I think we are.
No,
we're absolutely not. No, the Garifunas are like the African people of the whatever. We are just black in Honduras.
You think? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
There's like black Americans. There's black Hondurans.
Oh.
They didn't go and come from anywhere. They're not a part of
hear
whatever.
what you're saying.
Yeah. So I thought that was weird because I thought that her saying that out loud for a whole audience that don't know too much about it was very weird to me. We're not all Garifunas. Nothing wrong with them. But I wouldn't want to be called a Japanese if I was Chinese, you know?
He's just a nigga.
Yeah. It's just a
I
black.
thought we was
black
some
people.
They're just black.
Oh.
It's like white people in Trinidad. They just white from Trinidad. You know? We're just black from Honduras. We're not
Oh, that's different. That's a different opinion, what she had there.
Very interesting. I can't say how I feel about the Beehive since I'm a DJ. What? Why can't you? Why?
not? You speak your piece.
Say your piece. This is a safe space.
I want to
DJ
know
Live.
when it is DJ Live decided that she had to be
Politically correct?
Yeah.
Is
She
that
ain't
the
never.
saying, speak your piece?
Speak your piece. Say your mean.
Explain.
You
Explain,
know,
Lucy.
who said it the other day? Somebody said it was a something or barbecue or molasses. Who said that? Are you gonna barbecue or you gonna molasses or something like that? I think it was Young Miami or somebody said that
What
to
does
whatever.
that mean?
It means are you gonna pretty much shake or bake? If you gonna sit there or you gonna move, do what you gotta do. And I forgot what it is. I forget what it is, but it's dope, and I want to keep on using it. She says, I don't want to get canceled. Canceled by who? Illuminati?
Nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Illuminati. If you guys see me moving a little stiffly today, it's because my neck is completely stiff and I cannot move it on my own. So my body has to go where it goes.
My back.
Oh.
My back.
Your neck.
Yo.
Your back.
What's wrong
My
with
and mine.
What's going on with my back?
I
But
don't-
all day
boy.
yesterday, I was just walking around.
I had to pop a Motrin early this morning. I was like, I might need a little Fenty.
What is going on?
Fence.
What is going on with y'all?
She says, I get hired for a lot of her parties. They pay well, so I keep my opinion to myself when it
Yes,
comes
well
to
then,
her.
yes, girl, do that.
I mean, what could your opinion be
She
that would
hates
be
me.
so bad about Beyonce? Even if you don't like
Not Beyonce,
her.
about the Beehive.
Oh, the hell with the Beehive. You could just be a regular person who liked Beyonce, because I definitely was not part of the Hive. I did not know all the songs.
I wonder how much her movie grossed.
I don't think I know very many of those new songs at all. There's a lot of people. The people that know them songs.
They know
I
them
don't- I don't
songs.
know them.
They even know when to pause. Everybody on mute.
Yep. I don't even know what
See,
song that's
you
from.
already effed it up.
What?
You're not supposed to talk when somebody said
Oh,
when
I'm
she
not
said
a part
everybody
of
on
the-
mute.
I'm not a part of the-
You got to, if you was at the concert, regardless, you would have got thrown a potato.
Right, from the
tomato.
Beehive.
So remember on Friday we said that the movie was expected to gross over about 30 million.
Yeah.
How much y'all think?
42 million right now.
How much you think, Tony? How much you think the Beyonce movie grossed this weekend?
60 million.
$21 million.
That's
Oh,
it.
dang.
Beyonce was crowned queen of the box office after the concert movie topped the box office on its opening weekend. Renaissance, a film about Beyonce, a documentary about the artist's record-breaking world tour, racked in $21 million since Friday's opening.
Oh, wow. Is that good?
It was not 30. We was trying to get it higher than Taylor with the black.
Taylor Swift had a movie?
Yeah, she had a
Taylor
tour
Swift
movie
had
there.
a movie. It's did like 80 million. $80 million.
I've never heard of it.
$80 million.
That's funny.
It was on that.
$80
Yeah.
million.
Right. And shout outs to the Gaskin family over the weekend. We joined at Oswald at the Blacks on Mount
On the
Ida,
hill.
On the hill. And we gathered in memorial in celebration of our good friend Daniel Gaskin. Shout out to everybody that was there. They were down there jamming till like 1 a.m.
They had a good time.
I attended Via Live. And
Me
I
too.
had a good time.
Me too. For those who are interested in attending the services of Daniel Gaskin, they will be tomorrow at the St. Catherine Drexel, 517 Blue Hill Ave, and that's in Boston. This is going to be tomorrow, 12/5. The wake is from 11 to 12, and the funeral is from 12 to 1. So again, that's 517 Blue Hill Ave in Boston at St. Catherine Drexel, and that is from 11 to 1 tomorrow. So we'll be there directly after the show. We might cut out of here a little bit early tomorrow so that we can make sure that we go down there to support the Gaskin family and the Caribbean community.
The repass is at Aspires as well.
The repass will be at Aspires right after that takes place. So
Let me give a shout out
Go
to my
ahead.
birthday. My mother yesterday, we celebrated her birthday. Even
Happy
her
birthday,
birthday's
Auntie
tomorrow.
Eunice. Well,
Birthday's
tomorrow.
But yesterday we had a nice little birthday brunch. The whole family was there, and shout out to everybody that came through. That was dope.
That's dope. That is dope. Happy birthday, Cardi.
Big up.
happy birthday, girl. Well, tomorrow we'll sing for her happy birthday.
I got her a little gift. I'm gonna
What'd
give
you
it to
get?
her tomorrow.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
Tell y'all tomorrow. I can't.
All right, fine. We won't spoil it.
Yes.
And with that said, let's get this show on the road. Saucy and Friends in the Morning starts right now.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
The only thing that does matter is great music, and you will find it here.
The all-new Spark FM. Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
Yeah! Ha-ha-dee-dee-doo. Cha-cha-dee. Don't right here. Something hidden to lose my mind. All right. It is... What's today's date? 12/4, December 4th. Today is 12/4. It is a bright and early Monday. It's approximately 9:32 in the morning. It's going to be morning fog, then cloudy this afternoon. High in 51 degrees. Winds in the west-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. There's got some little wind clouds looking here. So I'm guessing that. Is that fog or wind?
Wind gushes.
Wind gushes. So it's going to be a little windy
Those
today.
winds.
Those is winds? Okay. Because I'm like, look at it. What is that? A fog or is that a wind?
Those is winds.
Yeah, so it's going to be foggy. It's going to be a little windy today. So, I mean, there's no really reason for anybody to be outside. So I never understand why people want to be outside so much. Go inside your house. Keep off the roads. Okay, so that's it. Let's get into the local news. Court documents reveal racist remarks allegedly against suspended Massachusetts cannabis regulator, which is very interesting because ain't most Massachusetts cannabis businesses ran by little black people down here?
Not ran by.
Not, well,
I wouldn't say
faced,
owned.
outward facing.
Yes, and a lot of white folks behind.
What was you gonna say?
I was gonna say I think that it's not as many owned, but I think that
The face.
yeah, the cannabis industry is very much
Diverse. Diversified.
Yes.
Outwardly, at least looking.
Yes. Those things that you're saying.
Massachusetts top marijuana regulator Shannon O'Brien was suspended from her position following allegations of racist remarks. O'Brien was accused of making racially, ethnically, and culturally insensitive statements, including a comment about a person of Asian heritage.
Oh, Asian heritage.
Let me keep my comments to myself. O'Brien denies the allegations and has objected to the court schedule and the decision to hold a private hearing. Massachusetts Treasurer Deborah Goldberg, who oversees the Cannabis Control Commission, takes the allegations seriously and wants a fair process to address them. And here is the clip that Tristan will play for us. So
making racist remarks. About why the state's top cannabis regulator was suspended from her job. WBZ's Beth Germano is live for us in Boston tonight. And Beth, she's accused of making racist remarks.
Well, it's all coming out in newly released court documents, a case that has already generated dozens of pages of filings. It's been a well-kept secret why Shannon O'Brien was suddenly suspended as the head of the Cannabis Control Commission, and now explosive allegations from the state treasurer who let her go. It has been a months-long political saga with few details emerging about Shannon O'Brien's ouster as the head of the state's Cannabis Control Commission until now. Court filings reveal an October letter from Treasurer Deborah Goldberg to O'Brien in which she accuses her of having made racially, ethnically, and culturally insensitive statements. During one commission meeting, she claims O'Brien made an insensitive reference to a person of Asian heritage. Back in September, O'Brien, a former treasurer herself and one-time Democratic nominee for governor, sued Goldberg over her suspension, saying it was without merit. Outside investigators were called in when Goldberg claims other staffers made serious allegations against O'Brien about her behavior and a hostile work environment. O'Brien allegedly told them, "I should have cleaned it up. It's difficult sometimes to know how to say the right thing." O'Brien, appointed to a 5-year term in 2022, says her career and reputation are now at stake and is seeking an injunction to stop a private meeting next Tuesday to challenge her suspension, saying it's not a fair procedure. Her attorney, Max Stern, wrote in court filings, "Under the circumstances, the only likely outcome, unless relief is granted by this court, is that she will not only lose her job, but will go down in history as the former treasurer and commissioner who was fired for making racist statements, and she will probably never work again."
Oh,
damn.
Now, a hearing on the preliminary injunction is expected to be here Monday at Suffolk Superior Court. O'Brien claims the state treasurer should not be the judge and jury on her suspension. Reporting live from outside Suffolk Superior Court, I'm Beth Germano, WBZ News.
All right.
It seems like she said something that she just kind of didn't say the right way, according to what how her defense for it. I mean, unless she outright said a derogatory term.
And they're not saying that she
Right.
did that.
Right.
So it does seem like, and like when she was like, I should have thought about, like, sometimes when you're trying to figure out how to be politically correct, it often doesn't come out as being what you want.
Right.
I think that, I don't know her. She could be racist. She could feel those ways. Or it could be that they just wanted her out and using this. And I'm not...
but to ruin her
Yeah.
complete career and reputation over something that could be interpreted as racist but wasn't outright racist it doesn't seem fair to me.
This is it. That is it right there.
Yeah.
And I just always want us to take a little, objective view of certain situations because they might not be as they seem.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything about her?
No, but I'm not putting it past her.
No, I don't put anything
I'm
past
not putting it past
anybody.
her either.
I just want us to look at both sides because even on this show, we have said many things that could be viewed as insensitive or
Racist.
or racist or a lot of different things. And I don't think that we sit here and come with the
But there's
attitude of
No,
whatever.
but there's a difference, though. We are talking amongst ourselves.
No.
and we're being-
This is journalism. Radio is journalism.
No. What I'm saying is, what I'm
Yeah.
saying. We are speaking amongst ourselves. We know that we're coming here. We're being comedic. We're doing these things on purpose. We're doing radio. However, when I'm in front of somebody, or when I'm talking to somebody, I don't think I've really ever said anything outright.
You don't think you did,
Yeah,
but that's not
there are
your
things that-
interpretation
Right.
of
there are
what
things
you
that
said
you say
to them.
that could be interpreted
Yeah.
as racist.
So
Like I used the example earlier, like if we're just in a conversation and you might be Japanese and I call you Chinese, I might be offended because why don't you know that I'm Japanese and not Chinese? That's racist. I know. We don't, all Asians are not the same. So it's, it's one of those things that is just like, ugh.
I used to work with this Asian guy. And one time I was like, trying to be politically correct.
Yeah.
So I was like, so where are you from? And he was like, Florida. And I was like,
Yes, you are.
all right.
And I'm from Boston.
yeah, but still, even in that context, people don't really have, people don't. In real life, people I've experienced, and I ask people where are they from, what is your ethnicity, and I don't assume, you know what I mean? Like,
No, I know, but what we're saying is the interpretation. People can interpret that because he could have interpreted that as like she's asking me where I'm from because I have an Asian appearance, and why is she doing that? You know what I mean? And be
Let's take
offended
it
by that.
even more casually. Pronouns these days. You can call, your pronouns could randomly be her and hers. And I'd be like, well, hello, mister. And you're like, my pronoun is this. I'm offended. I want to take this to the commission.
Yeah.
Well, sir, you? Okay.
Right.
My bad.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And then especially too, like not especially too, but they said that it was a racist comment towards the Asian community.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's like, what was that you had said? Like if it was racist towards a black person, we'd be like,
You
we
said
know what
the
that is.
N-word.
Right. That was like, whoa, what was it that you said that was offensive?
And be like, I do not know crazy. I know karate or
Right.
something like that.
I know. Yeah. Chris said, damn, Danny Johnson, you got a stiff neck, hot, dislocated shoulder. Dang, we effed up. Yeah. Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
Morrissey Boulevard. This was crazy yesterday. Morrissey Boulevard Bridge reopens after being stuck upright for hours. I would have been pissed, boy.
Me too.
Y'all gonna have to make a 3-point turn, all of us, and go the other way because I'm not waiting here.
Yeah. Yep.
A bridge
wonder what
on
they
Morrissey
did.
Boulevard reopened Monday morning after being stuck in the upright position for hours. The exit 13B off ramp had been shut down since Sunday. Police had to detour cars off the bridge, causing a backup of 93 North. Traffic began flowing back over the bridge shortly after 6 a.m. 6 a.m. So if I got stuck there,
before.
were they letting me reverse?
Well,
to go
hopefully
back?
they had blocked it off so that people couldn't get down there. That's the exit that mommy likes with the zoom like that.
Oh, that one. I
Yeah.
thought it was going the other way because, there's a other piece of bridge by the Jiffy Lube, like right in front of them. When you go into the Star Market, there's one
No,
little
but this
piece
is
of
this
bridge.
is the one that.
Oh, I would have been pissed too because I get off on there as well. How are they going to get me back over?
Right, so that's what I'm saying. Hopefully they blocked the exit so people weren't able to get off
Oh,
there.
yeah, that's terrible. That is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And I was seeing a lot of people on Twitter talking about that yesterday. Man's death outside Kowloon. First of all, this is not the first time we've heard of an incident at Kowloon, right? Kowloon is for the gangsters?
I don't know. There was a brawl there a couple weeks ago, apparently, that I wasn't aware of, but it was like an all-out brawl at Kowloon. So yeah, Kowloon sound like it ain't to be effed with.
Kowloon is the spot. That's where you go to get down.
That's where you don't know karate, you know crazy.
The death of a Massachusetts man who was found suffering from a knife wound outside of Kowloon restaurant in Saugus appears to be accidental.
Accidental.
How he accidental die off of a gun?
Fall off?
I feel like a knife is not accidental. Like a
Yeah.
knife is pretty dental,
What is the word?
purposeful.
Oh yeah, it's incidental. Okay,
Let's
look.
go to it, Tristan. Oh my
To the father of this victim, he described this incident as a freak accident. With multiple sources telling News Center 5, it appears the victim was stabbed by a knife that was attached to something the victim was wearing around his own neck. Now, the victim in this case, 42-year-old Patrick Kenny Jr., was at Kowloon Saturday night with friends and family for dinner. The Essex County DA's office says the Milton man was found in the parking lot here with a knife wound. Now, police originally implied Kenny was stabbed by someone else, but the DA's office now says this appears to be an accident and don't believe anyone else was involved. In a statement, Kenny's family says they are mourning the loss of Patrick, focused on his wife and 2 young children and trying to make sense of this horrific tragedy. The Wong family, which owns Kowloon, says our thoughts and prayers are with the victim's family. We ask that people don't jump to conclusions until an investigation is completed. The Wongs tell us they've known this family for years. Now, police were seen focusing their attention on an object in this parking lot that was attached to a lanyard that had evidence markers near it. So far, we've yet to find out what exactly that item was. Reporting live in Saugus, Matt Reed, WCVB News Center 5.
What? He had a knife on a lanyard around his neck and it stabbed him to death?
Multiple sources told News Center 5 that Kenny was fatally wounded by a knife that was attached to something he was wearing around his neck.
And where was he stabbed?
It had to be in the neck.
In the neck.
How was he stabbed by a lanyard holding a knife?
Why did he have a
then
lanyard
he
with a
walked
knife around
outside.
his neck?
Okay. All right.
You know what a lanyard is?
Yeah.
The thing that you
The thing you hang.
Yeah.
hang like keys around your neck or your ID badge or something like that. So why was there a knife on it?
I don't want to laugh.
Just going to dinner.
This don't sound. I don't know.
Yeah, that story is sus. I agree with you. D.
This incident happened, so maybe this wasn't violent, but there was a brawl. That was 10 days after a brawl broke out inside the Kowloon the night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. 4 people have been charged in connection with that fight. Yeah, this is some freakish stuff, and I would like to know what happened. And condolences to this family when you lose somebody just off of some freak shit.
Yeah, that's weird.
Home was closed.
No, they opened that a long time ago, Tristan. It's lit.
I think they were supposed to sell it or something like that, and then the sale stopped. They were able to save
so they
it.
still open?
So they're still open. Yep, and it's lit.
I like me some Kowloon food.
Is Kowloon hibachi?
No.
It's Chinese.
It's just regular?
Yep.
Chinese food.
Oh, why did I always think that Kowloon was hibachi?
I don't know. Remember they used to have the one up on the hill? They had opened the Kowloon up on the hill Or
Where?
was it Kowloon? In Saugus, too.
In Saugus,
It
yeah.
wasn't Kowloon. It was another, I don't know if it was Kowloon, but some restaurant that they had opened up on the hill. We had went there for one of my birthdays one time.
Oh, Club Orchid you talking about?
No.
Remember that? Y'all remember Club Orchid?
No, I've never.
Is that hibachi?
It was like a really dope club that opened up, and then like they had like 3-4 people got shot out there in the parking lot.
Oh,
Boy,
damn.
people be getting shot, huh? What makes you go to the club, put on all your nice perfume, all your good clothes, brush up your hair, and be like,
Put on Carmex. Beat your face
Yeah.
with some Carmex.
and then shut up.
All right, fine. I will.
It's amazing to me. We're gonna have this conversation later. The conversation is about dressing up. Is dressing up? Are you one of those people that wear a little makeup when you get dressed up, or do you put on a little Carmex and keep it going with your nice ball gown?
Well, when you put it like that,
All right.
sounds really silly.
So we'll get into it a little bit later. That will be our late night question, our late morning question for today. Evan Disa says I had my 16th birthday celebration at that restaurant on the hill.
Yeah,
definitely
what
don't
was it?
remember. Definitely don't remember the name.
Me too,
You
Evan
guys
Disa.
suck.
I had a birthday celebration there too, and I
Fuddruckers.
have no idea what the name of it was.
Ground round.
No, it was a Chinese it's an Asian restaurant.
It was Calhoun, wasn't it?
P.F. Chang.
No, I don't know the name of it. It was up there on the hill. They had built it. It was really nice, and it looked like a temple and all of this stuff.
That's
and I don't know what happened.
Kowloon.
Calhoun's.
No, it was up on the hill. It wasn't where Kowloon has been for 40
That was
years.
Kowloon too.
It was Kowloon too. It might have been. It
It
might have
had
been
to be another
too.
Kowloon because I remember looking at that building. I remember seeing it, and I
Yeah.
feel like it said Kowloon on the front of it.
Because
Me
every time
too,
you
'cause
drove up on the
that's what I
highway,
said.
that's
Was it
a
a
big thing,
Kowloon?
right? You go on
Yeah.
the highway, there's a big sign you see with the Chinese look, right?
Up there, right? I don't know.
Up on the
I
hill.
forget the name of it. Yeah. Where is he?
If somebody finds it out, you will be given $1. $1. 79-year-old Acton man arrested on child enticement charge. What is that? Oh, the Uncle Grandpa giving us candy all the time.
That's exactly what it is.
A man was arrested on Saturday on child enticement charges in Acton, Mass. Acton police responded to a tip of an adult male attempting to meet up with a 14-year-old child for sex at 68 Windsor Avenue. I would never be meeting up with a child for sex. Like,
said-
we would have to be at the same place.
68 and you owe me one.
After initial investigation, authorities say that they discovered that 79-year-old
Ew.
Douglas Cooper.
79
Let me
years
repeat
old.
it. Say it one more time. How many was he old?
79 years old. You know he's mad because he wasted a Cialis to meet that child.
He had engaged in sexually explicit conversation with a minor who identified himself as 14-year-old boy.
Oh.
What is it that you're having? What is at 80 years old?
Seriously.
At 80 years old, what conversation are you having with a 14-year-old that's not like back in my day? You know, like, what is it that I could be what is the conversation saying? What are we exchanging words as?
I don't know.
Are we talking
That's
about like
so gross?
Are we talking about like Grand Theft Auto? Because you don't know anything about
No.
Grand Theft Auto at 80.
No. And was it a real 14-year-old boy or was this a sting?
I think it was a sting. Police say Cooper agreed to meet the boy at the South Acton commuter lot in Acton for a sexual encounter. The individual was an adult posing as a 14-year-old. Cooper was arrested at 9 p.m. and charged with enticement for sex with a child under 16. Cooper is being held on a $75,000 bail at the Billerica House of Corrections. It wasn't clear when he's due in court or if he's obtained attorney. That's nasty.
But playing devil's advocate,
Uh-huh.
is it a crime if the actual person was not a child?
Yes.
Can you be charged with child enticement if it wasn't a child? that you
Yes,
were
because I
enticing?
told you that I was 14-year-old and you were like, meet up anyways for a little lollipop.
Like a lollipop.
Ew, he probably didn't even put in his denture.
Oh gosh. Well, he was gonna give him a velvet tongue.
Ew,
That's gross.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Massachusetts State Police canine capture accused child rapist and cut him down from a tree. What was he doing in the tree?
Yeah, that was a
He thought he
headline.
was gonna. He thought he was gonna hide.
Read the story.
Let's see. A Massachusetts State Police fugitive unit troopers and an MSP K9 unit team and partner officers, after a night-long search for an accused child rapist, ultimately captured him before dawn today in Stoneham Woodland. So this one was, when was it? Today. Members of the MSP Violent Fugitive Apprehension Section and U.S. Marshal Service Task Force developed information that suspect Ricklin Powell, 59, of Belmont, might be in a wooded area in that town. MSP K9 Unit Trooper Christina Cavagaro and her partner Thor assisted in the search. Thor is a dog.
Oh.
Assisted in the search, tracking into woods at about 3 a.m. The K9 team, along with MSP and all those other letters, located Powell, who had hung himself from a tree. Troopers and officers cut the suspect down. The suspect was still alive and was transported to an area hospital. Belmont police recently requested assistance from MSP VFAS in search of Powell, for whom Belmont detectives have obtained a warrant for the following offenses: rape of a child with force, 4 counts; aggravated statutory rape, 4 counts; indecent assault and battery on a child under 14, 2 counts; and posing a child in a sex act and distributing obscene material. The charge stems from evidence indicating that Powell raped a female child multiple times. He should have hung from that tree.
He's how old now?
Huh?
He's how old?
He is 59.
59.
59, tried to hang himself on a tree.
And they saved him.
And I hope that they beat his ass.
They should have beat him like a piñata.
They should have beat him with a piñata before they cut him down. Because this is the type of punishment that America needs to instill on folks, and they not doing it. And that's what I don't like.
Over the weekend, I watched a movie called May December with Julianne Moore and little cute girl from V for Vendetta, and it was a take on the Mary Kay Letourneau story. So she was
Mary Kay Letourneau. What is that one?
That was the teacher who had the affair with the young boy.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. I moved my arm.
Oh wow. And so it was just kind of went into depth about the story, because that Mary Kay Letourneau did end up marrying the little boy.
Yes.
And they had
So this was
children.
the movie about she was 13 and he was 36 or something like that?
He was 13.
Yeah.
And she was 36. She was married with older children. She was his teacher, the real story. But in this movie, they worked at a pet shop together. But she was still 36 and he was 13. Yeah. And then she ended up, getting pregnant with his child and all of that stuff.
And they lived together or something? Did they end up being together?
They got married.
Yes.
And they had children together. She ended up separated from her husband and her older children. Didn't have anything to do with her, and she had younger children. And Natalie Portman, thank you, Lawanda.
Sandy Wexler?
No.
Did you know Sandy Wexler?
No,
she did it too.
That was a movie with Adam Sandler where he had relations with the teacher.
What's that? Waterboy?
No, Sandy Wexler. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, no, that's not the name of the movie. That was the character in the movie.
Again, let me ask everybody a question. What do you think? What do you think people's problem is?
I don't know.
I have an 11-year-old boy, right? And I see his friends.
Yep.
I'm not turned on by them. I don't understand.
That's my boy.
What is it? What is it that you see a 13-year-old and you're like, oh?
And that's exactly what the thing is, because in the movie, the character that played the woman, she was saying, the boy came to her with a revelation and was just maybe I wasn't old enough to make this decision about being with you at the time. I was 13 years old, and she was like, but you seduced me. You were the one that was in control at the time. And I was just like, that's just so weird. What in her underdeveloped mind saw something sexy about a 13-year-old child?
Even if a 13-year-old boy comes up and tries to kick G to me, I'd be like, I'm your mother.
I mean, 30-year-olds try to kick G to me, and I'd be like, I could be your mother.
When we was in Miami, the young, nice producer boy.
Yeah.
30 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a little young, brother.
That's me all the time, because 33 is my demographic. I don't know why all the 33-year-olds love me. It's crazy. And so I'm like, nah, dude, I could be your mom in some countries. And so, yeah, it was just really, really weird to me. And then even Natalie Portman was playing Natalie, the whole premise is Natalie Portman is making a movie and she's going to be playing the woman in the movie.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like studying the woman to try to take on
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
So there's at one point where they're like showing her the auditions of the young boys who are auditioning, and they're all young boys, 10, 13 or whatever. And she was like, we need a young boy that's sexier. And I was just like, that's just so weird to say.
Be damned.
Like, we need a sexier 13-year-old.
What?
Yeah, it's weird.
What does a sexy 13-year-old look like?
I don't, child.
Like a baby? Like a sexy baby?
I don't.
That's
yeah,
funny.
Yeah, like a sexy baby, I guess.
Just go around me. Bike lane note raises Erie in what is how do you say that word? Erie in Roxbury. I feel it. So there was he parked his car in the bike lane. Of all the bike lanes in all of the gin joints in the world, the Bostonian chose to park in this one. A Reddit post is going viral after a parked car was found in the bike lane in Roxbury, adorned with a note reading, "I don't care that I'm in the bike lane, just go around me," and was swiftly reported to Boston 311 app. The comments from the fellow Bostonians tell all too familiar tale of Boston's car and bike conflict. The Boston 311 app is used to report non-emergency municipal services. In this case, it was used to report illegal parking. One commenter wrote, "XD steal the wheels from the passenger side and add a note that says, 'No worries, you're a bike now. Welcome to the lane.'" Boston is expanding their bike lane network, according to the City of Boston's website, by creating more biking routes with the separation between the cars on the road and traveling lanes for bikers. These most comfortable bike lanes include quick built and full build separate bike lanes, as well as bike lanes on roads with little traffic. Bike use overall in the city has increased, with the average daily number of bike trips per 1,000 people rising from 26 to 35 between 2019 and 2022, according to. So wait, per 1,000 people rise from 26,000 to 35,000? Is that how I read this?
With the average daily number of bike trips per 100 people. Why they put it like that?
Yeah.
Why y'all write it like that?
Per 1,000 people rising from 26 to 35. So, like, I don't feel like that's a significant amount. Like, I'm not. I know why they wrote.
It's 2.6% to 3.5%.
Yeah, so why did do so?
I don't know.
Because it's such a little stupid ass number. Yeah. Y'all want it to look bigger when it's not that bigger. Yeah, it's increased because a lot of people are living they're working from home.
It increased because it was summer.
Exactly, and it's gonna decrease now because I swear for God, there's not that many people riding in the summertime. There's even less people.
26, 35 people? Is that what it means?
See, but 1,000 per 1,000 people rising from 26 to 35.
Yeah. That's stupid.
That's very stupid.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think it's true either. And y'all could just tell us whatever you want to, but I don't believe it.
I think the whole city got about 35
bikes.
And they're all blue bikes.
Yeah. And they're all in Cambridge. They're not even here in Boston. The thing is that I almost kind of want to be proven wrong a little bit. Like, I want to see this influx of bike usage so I can be like, okay, I see why we need these bike lanes. But it's very disheartening when every day you look for bikes and you never see them, but you see their lanes.
The mad
Who's supposed
lanes.
to be in the lanes?
Mad of them.
That don't make no sense.
Nope.
Historic steaming kettle retakes its rightful place.
Oh, good. I missed the kettle.
What is it?
It's a little kettle that used to be hanging on the sign downtown with the steam coming out of it.
I never seen that before in my life.
Yeah, it's right there by City Hall.
Was I born
right there
yet?
by City Hall.
I think it's where Starbucks is now or something.
Oh, no, not that far up. Or maybe, I don't know. It's right across from the Oceanair.
Y'all, I ain't never seen this kettle before in my life.
Oh, my goodness.
You never saw that?
Seen this
right
kettle.
by City Hall.
You seen
It
it?
It was right there, like, but okay. What
On the corner, like when you go around that corner.
Right there?
Yeah.
In my head, I want to tell y'all that I've seen it before. In my head, I've never seen it before.
Once you see it, you're going to be like, I
Dad.
seen it. Yeah.
Boston's iconic steaming kettle gets restored to its proper place above Starbucks and Government Center today.
Starbucks. You're right,
And all in all is right in the world of giant pots. The kettle will once again spew steam over City Hall Plaza after getting refurbished. The steaming kettle has been around since the late 19th century and is part of the historic fabric of downtown Boston. The Starbucks below is even known as the Steaming Kettle Store. The kettle was removed from its perch. Who's that? Carlos! Why you coming to sit with us today?
What are you even doing here?
Carlos, is this the
Boston?
first time of you in the studio? This is a damn shame.
Goddamn shame.
About 3,500 of my text messages. Thank God Trish is on the board.
Oh, is that you?
That is definitely you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
goodness.
so. And I usually always have my phone in my hand. Usually.
I'm tuning in live. I see you meditating with your eyes closed, trying to picture things you can't see.
She can't move her neck today.
Oh, boy. How are you, Miss Tony?
How are you?
How are you?
Smell delightful.
Thank you. I tried to,
Oh, my goodness.
my first appearance live in the studio.
Wow.
Oh, and you wrote it here too. What are you doing in Boston?
I got some things to
Carlos
do.
San Diego.
It's my birthday week. Coming up.
It
Birthday this
is.
weekend.
Open the door. God damn it.
Saturday. I'm celebrating
ninth.
47.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm the 11th.
That's
Carlos, I remember when you turned 40.
long time ago.
I remember that. We were new friends.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's been a
Wow,
while.
you're old.
Watch yourself.
Okay.
'Cause you're right. With
Hold on now.
Wait a minute. Tristan and I are just over here in our young selves. Oh, wait, he's not in our tax bracket yet.
He's not in our age bracket yet.
Not in the 40 club yet?
No, he didn't get to go over to the next bracket when they
Must
act
be
like
nice.
to
I'm
About to be a
39.
nice ripe 37.
Oh, wow.
In 5 days.
Oh my gosh.
6 days.
I remember when you was 1 year old.
Mm-hmm.
1 year old.
So,
Now I got all the
do you
grades.
remember this steaming pot?
Yeah, down at right over City Hall Plaza. It's been there forever. I mean, I used to work in government, remember? So I was down there a lot. Right where the that coffee joint is that we boycotting because they support Israel. Right there in that
Starbucks.
corner. Yeah, right there. I wasn't even gonna give them name recognition.
Wow.
But yeah, they used to have the coffee pot right there.
Yeah, the good old coffee pot. They're putting it right back above there again. And that is nice. I like the steam pot.
Oh, and today's not even. Well, Carlos is here with us for the rest of the show, so buckle up, and he's gonna be a voice of reason.
I can't promise you that.
Police officers attacked while trying to stop roadway brawl in Boston. There's a lot of pent up tension.
Brawls.
I see why the brawls are happening though.
Why?
Because people just want to fight. Sometimes you got to fight.
Yeah, but tis the season. There's a lot of violence.
It's a lot
that
of
happens
stress.
around now.
Yeah,
a lot
it
of
is.
stress on people.
Yeah.
On Friday, an assault incident unfolded on Washington Street and Talbot Avenue, leading to the arrest of 2 individuals. Skyla Malav, 18, and Priscilla Malav.
Looks like mother and daughter, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's 18 and 40,
Yeah.
yep. Both from Dorchester faced multiple charges following their involvement in a series of altercations. The incident began with a fight in the middle of the roadway, spotted by an officer on detail duty. While attempting to intervene, the officer was pepper sprayed by one of the suspects. When the suspect tried to flee in a vehicle, they were intercepted and arrested. So wait,
Got to be faster than
the
that.
mother and the daughter was out in the street tussling. A police came and
With
tried to
somebody
stop
else.
them.
Oh,
Oh,
they
they
was-
was
they
tussling
was-
somebody else.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
But it's just a series of altercations. What was they going
Yeah.
around?
Right. There was
fighting people?
and then the cop came up to break that up, and then I guess the daughter jumped out to help her mother and assaulted the police officer allegedly. And then they were gonna pepper spray him and get on the good foot. But before they could get on the good foot, the other cops pulled up. Foiled the plan.
Foiled the plan. I hate when that happens, when me and my mother get in the street and we're brawling with someone and somebody comes and,
Yeah.
interrupts us.
Someone about to get charged with a felony because I think assault on a police officer is
Especially
a
with some
felony.
damn pepper spray.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I watch a lot of SWAT.
The daughter is charged with assault and battery on a police officer, assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, and resisting arrest. And the mother is charged with assault and battery on a police officer, and resisting arrest.
starts at home.
Oh my
Man,
god.
I tell you, imagine that household. They must cuss and scream at each other all the time.
Yeah, but you gotta defend your kids, man. That's my baby. Not at all.
Not my well,
No.
that's what she said about her mama, because it looked like her mama was in the ball first.
Yeah,
and
you
she
gotta
was like
defend
turn
my
up.
dudes.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
You
defend
gotta
my
defend your
dudes.
mother too.
The police roll up though, you might want to think about bail money because if it's just the two of y'all, who's bailing y'all out?
And then why would y'all choose to pepper spray the
The police officer. Why don't y'all pepper spray the people y'all are fighting with?
Exactly.
She She was
That's true.
14. Y'all act like y'all want the girl to
She was
have
18.
good. Oh,
She's 18.
no.
Old enough to
Oh
carry
yeah,
pepper
they did
spray.
said 18. I thought it
Yeah.
was 14. I thought she was a child. No,
Is
she's
pepper
grown.
spray legal?
Yes, it is. You should
Oh.
get one for every
Do you
woman
have to
you
have
know.
a license?
No,
to
you
have
don't.
it?
You
Really?
can go into any Army, Navy surplus store. You can order it on
Got one
Amazon.
in my bag right now.
It's a wonderful, exactly. Got one in a whip. Yep. It's a wonderful gift, a stocking stuffer for all the women that you care about in your life.
Trish, can you get us pepper sprays for Christmas things?
Yes, I
I
can.
once bought a key that folds out into a knife.
I like that. You hold it between your knuckles.
You hold it in your
You
knuckles.
better be careful for you stab yourself with it.
It will slide through
However,
your finger.
I
right.
can't get it open, so it defeats the purpose of me having that defense weapon.
You know what I have is those little keys that came out during COVID, the little long one that you use to press the elevator with. You can use that to stab somebody too.
Okay.
You open your can.
Okay.
It's dual
All right.
purpose. 3 purposes actually. Can
You
door,
open the door, press the elevator button, stab somebody.
right.
In the face.
Swiss Army key.
Detectives who spent a day investigating a report that up to 100. This is an update from the story that we read last week. Remember when all the packages got stolen from the people's apartment building?
Yeah.
And we was trying to investigate and figure out what happened.
Uh-oh.
However, a report that that up to 138 packages were stolen from a Boston apartment building have concluded that reported crime never actually happened.
Yeah, because that crime sounded like bullshit in the first place. Because
It's a lot of packages.
138 packages.
Right. It's an inside job.
Seriously.
You sweeping the building.
Exactly.
According to a police report obtained by News Center 5, officers were originally called to the building at 75 Street, Alphonia Street in Roxbury after 9:30 a.m. on Wednesday. The building's lead concierge told police that the building's mail system was broken, but several residents had been able to access packages through the unlocked door. Officers also reviewed surveillance footage, which the report describes as showing 3 men entering the room and retrieving packages. Various delivery services deposited the 138 packages into the storage room on Tuesday, but none were present as of Wednesday morning. In a statement, Sergeant Detective John Boyle said the detective spent most of the day speaking to residents over the phone and combing through the surveillance footage. After further investigation and coordination with management, it was determined that all packages were accounted for or picked up by their rightful owner. The entire incident would be reclassified as a call to investigate premise, he said. We do not have a crime, and this was more of a misunderstanding by management of where the 138 packages went.
It's so foolish because the residents have access to this room to get their packages.
Yes.
And you have a concierge? A head concierge. It means there's multiple concierges, right?
And even if the thing was broken, I still could have access to get in there because it's my package.
Exactly.
Why the hell wouldn't I check to see if people got their packages before I call the news?
But this is what I'm saying. And then the news, why don't y'all fact check? Y'all just went out there and was like, oh, somebody said somebody stole packages. Y'all didn't do there's no investigation that goes on.
Such an idiot.
I'm more so mad that everybody had their packages and got them on time.
But that's what I said when we talked about it on
Yes.
Friday. I was like, maybe some of the packages were stolen, but don't you think that the residents went in and got their packages out of the room too?
And it wasn't one person that said they were stolen, or did all of these residents come and say, I didn't get, did anybody say they didn't get their, did anybody say?
Remember, they did interview
the
young
one
lady.
Asian girl.
Oh, yes.
She can be Asian.
She can be Asian.
We just can't identify her.
You
What
can't say Oriental is what I've heard.
They got a whole
heard
company
correctly.
called Oriental Trading Company.
Do they
They do.
anymore?
But who runs it? It could be some non-Asian
Yep.
people.
And then that's also very racist.
That would
If
be-
it's
that would
that's
be-
super racist.
Not if they do business in the, what's called?
Oriental.
The Orient.
Orient. I do think that Oriental trading is not ran by Asians. I think they just get things from the Orient.
Yeah, it happens all the time in
Bring it
business.
here.
Yeah. I mean, it's cheaper to get it from the Orient than it
It
is to
is.
get here.
You're
Can
like,
we say the Orient?
I don't know, but I'm disoriented right now.
Oriented. Speaking of packages stolen, my package of good honey pot products from their Cyber Monday sale disappeared last weekend.
Say word.
But I was so mad, Carlos.
Call the head concierge.
Listen, I called the concierge next door because they, UPS now takes a picture of where they deliver
Yep.
it.
Are
They
we the
delivered it-
concierge?
Yes, y'all are. So I went next door because I knew it was like, this isn't our hallway. Where is this hallway? So I went investigating, and next door was the hallway with the picture. So I saw one of the residents from the place, and I said, do you know where my package is? And she was like, no. And her child was like, that package gone, girl. And I was like, well, where did it gone, girl?
Oh.
And so, so then I had to start an investigation with UPS. I had to contact Honey Pot. Where's my stuff? Da-da-da-da. Guess what happened?
You pepper sprayed them.
Package miraculously appeared yesterday.
Oh, it's back.
It's back.
All right. Well, that's better than.
I guess it's not gone.
I guess you don't have to call the police.
I guess it's not gone. Isn't that crazy? But this is the season though when people be stealing packages all the time.
Giving
too.
season.
I would.
Y'all don't see the videos of the drivers that take the pictures and take the packages right back.
Yeah.
So I heard about that, and this is what I be thinking
no, I
too.
Didn't hear about
Y'all don't have a doorbell camera?
We do. So you would see the picture there, and my mom is a very big proponent of the doorbell camera.
Oh, yes.
She watches in and out
check
how
mine,
many
right?
times she's been like, this one to come out ahead 12 times.
Yep.
And he to turn around every time and then walk away. Ma,
like
that's
it.
stalking.
He went to Target again.
She's combing through surveillance footage.
Yes. My mother be knowing. So I knew that something was fishy, but yesterday the package appeared. So y'all be careful with your packages and where you're having them delivered. That's the thing.
And then last but not least, we were talking about movies earlier. A new HBO documentary offers a long overdue reckoning with an infamous Boston murderer. Dun, dun, dun.
Yes. That is historical.
On October 23rd, a man named Charles Stewart,
White man.
a white man, called 911 and told a dispatcher that he and his pregnant wife Carol had been carjacked, robbed, and shot on Mission Hill neighborhood of Boston on their way home from a childbirth class at Brigham and Women's Hospital. Carol had been shot in the head, Charles in the stomach. Stewart didn't seem to know exactly where he was, and at one point announced to the dispatcher that his wife had stopped breathing. Their unborn child would be delivered by cesarean section, but died 17 days later. When police finally located his car, Stewart described his assailant as a black man in a tracksuit with a raspy voice. Bum, bum, bum.
Okay. I remember that. I was 13.
Yeah, I vividly remember that.
I remember the Trash Herald putting actually printing the photo
of the
with her body on the front page.
Yep.
Really?
Slumped over. Yeah.
It was horrible. You could see matter on the windshield. And this is a black and white photo, and it was still very graphic.
Yep.
Really?
But I can also remember at 13 knowing it was a lie.
Really?
Yes. Did you?
Because
Why?
You sit in the backseat of a car. Here's what stood out to me. You sit in the backseat of the car and you're holding two people hostage, right? Put yourself in the middle. You're sitting on that little island riding, whatever what they call it. If you shoot somebody in the passenger side in the back of the head, right?
You'll come at an angle.
Charles Stewart was shot in the stomach, but he was shot in the left side of his stomach. You tell him you're going to reach your hand between the door and the seat.
Oh, and shoot me in the
you
side.
You better
this
be
way?
a 13-year-old forensic.
I told my mom, and she was like, oh my God, because you would have shot him on the right.
Yeah.
He got shot from outside the car.
I just remember it was like, this was just such a horrific thing that happened. Yeah. Like, why would he kill this pregnant lady? Why would he shoot her like that? And then they had put out the sketch because he like described this black man. They had put out the sketch and it was so horrible. They were like hauling up every black man in Boston.
So both the Boston police and soon the Boston media took Stewart's version of the events at face value, convulsing a city that was already mired in panic over crime and that was little more than a decade removed from the appalling racial violence of the busing protests of the 1970s. A weeks-long manhunt effectively terrorized large segments of Boston's black population. Mission Hill community leaders estimated that at the height of the search, more than 150 stop and frisk searches were conducted each day. He killed himself, right?
Or someone threw him off the bridge, but yeah. I don't know why they keep saying it limited to Mission Hill, because I remember stop and frisks going all the way up to Grove Hall. I remember seeing brothers up by Devon Street with pants down around your ankles. Like, cops was really violating dudes right on the Ave. And that was day in and day out. That was a citywide thing they were doing. I mean, 89, a black man in a tracksuit. 89? Come on.
Right. I remember I had a tracksuit back then and didn't want to wear it.
But your voice wasn't raspy. So
and you wasn't a black man.
Wow.
Well, that's, that Boston has such a rich history of racism because of obviously things like this as well, which suck because for the people that just hear Boston and Charles Stewart, they'll believe the first thing they hear, even after shit's proven, then they'll be like, yeah, but the black man.
Right.
with a
Right.
raspy voice.
Yeah.
I don't know. So they said it's come out already?
It starts today.
Today, the full.
Today. Yeah.
Are you guys gonna watch it?
Yeah, definitely.
too.
Have you seen the
Definitely.
busing documentary yet?
No, you
No.
told us about it, but you didn't tell us what the name of it, Tris.
It's on where?
Netflix.
It's on Netflix? What's it called? The busing?
No. It's I think it's WGBH.
Yeah, I think GBH.
How the hell you watch that?
It's on YouTube.
You're a GBH superstar. Why don't you know how to watch it?
You got connects.
But yeah, so this documentary starts today. I think it's a 3-part series, right?
Yes.
And it's probably really good. Remember, HBO had the documentary too on Sean
Hannity.
No, Sean. Oh my God.
What's his
I
name?
call him Mr. Grace. 'Cause he has so
Sean,
much grace with him. Not Bell. Why does the last name just slip
It's
out?
called The Busing Battleground, full documentary.
Trial 4. We're talking about
Yeah,
Trial 4.
yeah. The Walgreens shooting up here with the guy Sean that got.
Sean Ellis.
Sean Ellis, yes,
Ellis.
yes,
Sean Ellis.
that,
Yes.
yes, that one. So that documentary was actually really, really good on Netflix. So I'm hoping that
I think
this
they're
one-
re-releasing that too.
Are they?
You know, I never
okay.
watched that.
That was good. That
Oh,
was
you
tough
should
to
watch-
watch.
y'all
I'm
should
gonna
watch
go
it. It's
watch
really
and
good.
see
That was
that.
tough
I
to
think
watch.
I watched maybe the first 15 minutes, and I was like, "This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is wild work."
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember that
man.
vividly too, though, when that happened. So that was
Triggers.
a good
Very
one.
triggering.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and we come back and get into our national and world news with our special guest Carlos Enriquez.
Hey.
We'll be right back in a short minute. Keep it locked right here, Spark FM Online. Tell a friend. Give it a share.
Oh.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Turn it on. Turn it up.
This is SparkFMOnline.com.
3, 2, 1.
Spark FM.
I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. Yeah.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from our Spark family to yours.
Did you know that you can now get a standard Massachusetts driver's license regardless of your immigration status? To get help with your application, a list of all required documents, and nearby appointment scheduling, visit mass.gov/WFMA. Your license is your way forward, so why not get started today? Register now at mass.gov/WFMA or call 857-368-WFMA.
Boston Seaport neighborhood has transformed into the Snowport, a fantastical winter wonderland for good times, including gifts, games, art, food, and special events. The holiday market is open 7 days a week through December 31st, where you can shop at 100 plus retail stores and enjoy a meal at one of the delicious restaurants. Follow at Seaport Boston and visit bostonseaport.xyz/snowport for more information.
Moonbox Productions is thrilled to present Legally Blonde, the musical. Perky sorority girl Elle Woods follows her ex-boyfriend to Harvard Law School, where she discovers she's not just pretty, but pretty brilliant and pretty powerful. Opening on December 8th and running through December 31st at the Boston Center for the Arts, Roberts Theater is located at 527 Tremont Street. Tickets are available at bostontheaterscene.com. Tickets range from $45 to $65, and pay what you wish options are available at the box office.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines. Stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public Health.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM.
Come on.
Spark FM.
Y'all, chick a man be ballin'. These chicks pigeon toed. Some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Oh gosh. It's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Tristan, why have you not put any flute music in this radio station? I just don't understand. It's being dubbed as a rap album, so I'm not really sure.
Is it?
Unfortunately, people are stupid, right?
That's ridiculous.
There was I think it was one of them.
Jazz, maybe.
One of those thingies had it as Andre 3000 releases his new rap album or something like that. And I was just like...
Were they being facetious?
I don't know. I was going to hope so, but then there's a lot of people that had a lot of things to say about that in the comment section, so I feel like they wasn't being facetious. I feel because he's black, they categorize that man as a rapper.
Have you had a chance to listen to any of it?
I have listened to it 4 times.
Right, I fall asleep to it, play it in the morning when cooking breakfast.
I just fall asleep to it in general.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's feel-good music?
It's not, it should be background music. Like if you're reading, if you're doing something on the computer, if
like
you're
if you
vacuuming,
don't want to
let it
listen,
go.
Like hold music?
No, you know what it was? You know what it is?
Yoga
that
music.
Even from a instrumental type of place, I don't even think it is as consistent enough and I'm not a wind instrument listener too, but it's not like beautiful. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not like
there's no drums
full
in it.
Song or something like that. It's just like a lot of sounds of wind sounds. It's not even like wind songs. It's wind sounds.
I think he freestyled the flute and had other musicians come in and play like the xylophone and stuff underneath him. You know what I mean?
So is he a flautist or he just making
he does
noise?
play the flute.
Yeah. Oh, the flute.
he's been flouting around for a couple years now.
And they said that he is randomly spotted in random places with his flute, playing his flute. So that's what he's known by outside of the rapper world.
I feel like that just so much goes with his aesthetic.
Yeah, it does.
Like
it's so on brand.
The flute or the zither. Or
yeah,
like
the
that.
zither.
I gotta Google that one. He did outsell several popular rappers, though, I believe, in his first week. I believe he blew by like the Ice Spices and the
yes.
Sexy Reds and all them.
Yeah, I think that was just
Without
that
a
was
lyric.
hype, right? Like,
Hey,
that
hype.
was
I'll
hype.
take the hype money if it's.
I'll
if
take
it's-
the hype
if
money.
you
I
cash
mean,
it.
it most likely introduced a lot of people to a new form of listening to music.
It did, because wifey started listening to. She was like, "Well, let me see what other flute and jazz albums are out there." And I was like,
And
"Oh,
that's,
slow down."
that's the thought process that I had after I listened to it. I was like, let me compare it to somebody else. I never got that far to actually compare it, but like it makes you want to go down the rabbit hole a little bit, like a TikTok.
The thing came out that Andre 3000 had like 24 hours to respond because what's his name put out a diss track.
Kenny G.
That's crazy.
But Kenny G, give me some Kenny G any day, boy.
Kenny G's legit.
Boy,
He's
I tell
legit.
you.
I listen to Kenny G. But something else I was gonna say.
Kenny G holiday albums right around this time they on point.
Yeah, see, I like the Kenny G. That's the real right there. So yeah, let's into the national news. We've got things that are going on. Friday, right when we were leaving the show, we got the text message about our good friend George Santos,
if that's his real name.
who had been expelled out from Congress. So Long Island liar George Santos trips and breaks his watch while walking up steps at DC's Waldorf Astoria Hotel a day after being expelled from the House. George Santos has been spotted tripping and breaking his watch on a hotel staircase a day after being expelled from the House of Representatives. The former congressman was walking up the rain-soaked steps at Waldorf Astoria Hotel in Washington, D.C. just before 10 p.m. Saturday when he slipped and smashed his watch as onlookers snickered. This marked the latest humiliation in what has been an extraordinarily bad week for the disgraced New York representative. Santos was voted out Friday after he was confronted with his extensive record of lying and hit with multiple criminal charges, including laundering campaign funds and defrauding donors. Why would I want to stay here? To hell with this place, Santos told reporters outside the U.S. Capitol after the vote.
He's so sassy.
He's sassy.
He's very sassy.
Sassy in the mouth.
Because you was just talking about you. At first, he said that he wasn't going. He was going to run again. Then he decided not to. Then he was just going to retire. Yeah. And now he don't care about it.
Now he don't
care. Boy,
care.
shut up.
Over 100 Republicans joined Democrats in booting out the serial fabulist. Fabulist. I like that. Bringing the final tally to 311 to 114. Santos stormed out of the House floor minutes before the vote concluded and warned reporters that the House set a new dangerous precedent for themselves.
True. That part's true.
Why? Tell us.
Well, he hasn't been convicted of anything. So to kick him out beforehand.
Because we can't find him.
But you know how many sitting, you have to be convicted of a federal crime to be kicked out of Congress. That means you can have state and local convictions.
To be kicked out of Congress, but not kicked out of the presidential race.
Thank you for getting into my brain hole bringing that out.
They have different rules. Congress, just like the state house in your different states, they set their own rules for their own body. So they can say you got to be able to do a backflip to get kicked out. You know what I mean? Like they set their own rules.
But why is the president spot so free for all?
Yeah, so loose.
So anybody could do it.
It's the top spot. I mean, you just got to be 35. You got to be, a legal resident or a citizen.
But you could be an illegal person. You could be a criminal. You could be
a jerk.
Yeah. You could be a criminal.
You can be a rapist.
And you could be it's free for all.
It seems
free for all. Easier to become the president than to get a job at Stop and Shop.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I mean, with a record, they wouldn't even look at my job.
If you have the money and the connections.
Yeah, but because we're dealing with somebody with money and connections, like I could literally not get the job for Stop and Shop because as soon as they see that box checked off, then I'm going. However, Donald Trump can have all of the boxes checked off, and they're like,
yeah, but I don't think he might not have any criminal yet.
You don't think
all them civil trials.
What's the probability?
That he gets convicted?
Not that he gets convicted. That he gets
Don't say it.
That
he wins again.
That he wins again.
I don't think he can do it. I don't think he can beat all of his cases.
Yeah, I don't think he can do it.
And I don't think he can now with all of that. I don't think he can get enough of the middle to help him win. I don't think so.
It's so crazy to think that he could be voted. He could be voted as president with pending cases.
If you guys pay attention to the narrative that's being painted right now, they're absolutely trying to paint it like Latinos and blacks are leaning more towards Trump.
Oh, they are doing that a lot.
Definitely.
They're doing it a lot, and I think that I don't like that.
I mean, the other guy's pretty terrible too.
Who, DeSantis?
No, the guy that's in office now.
Oh,
They're
Biden?
all terrible. They're all terrible.
Because the Biden is doing exactly what we didn't want him to do, and that was to pander.
Yeah.
And then when you get there, you forget.
Right.
And
you forget everything.
But that's what happens
because
to
he's
us
old.
every single time for the history of presidents in the United States. Since black people have been voting, we get pandered to, and then we get left behind.
But I also feel like in the case of Joe Biden versus Donald Trump is that people literally did not have a choice. I stand by, like, I don't think we had a choice. If we knew that Biden was going to pander and then backtrack. But then we were all like, people were confused because they was like, well, at least Donald Trump say what we want him to say so we won't get any surprises. Who is the lesser of the two evil? And how do you make that decision? Or do you just say, I'm not going to vote and then let everybody else decide?
Sit it out. Yeah. I mean, you got to break the cycle at some point. It's like dating. Like unless you pull back, withhold, the goodies, withhold the date, then the suitor's not going to step up. Like if you sit it out and be like, nah, until you send the Uber and don't take me to Cheesecake Factory and take me to a 5-star.
But isn't it when you sit it out, you
that's
give
what I
the
was gonna
other
say.
people the upper hand? Because
But they
if
got the upper hand already.
And when you say sit it out,
The
do you
local
mean-
stuff, I don't want people to sit out. But the
Right.
national stuff, like you ain't making that splash either way.
Yeah, that's true.
They
When
dogging
you
us
say
either way.
sit out, like, do you mean like register to vote, go to vote,
Go blank vote.
but blanket?
Do the same thing we
Okay.
tell them. Yeah,
Still
go blanket.
out. Still go out. to
Go
vote.
out. Show
Yeah.
them like
Yeah.
there's 10 million of us that ain't voting.
Yeah.
Do you know why is it that the Democrats never seem to have like their ducks in a row as far as their runner-ups?
They
It's
saw.
like there's like 8 Republicans running and there's like 3 Democrats running. But they know that the party already knows it's
Right.
suffering
Right.
in advance.
It's a good question because I used to see it locally too. They play nice. At least they try to play nice. Like it should be competitive. You should be grooming 4 or 5 people to mix it up and then take the best out of it, right? But they always want to say, they want to appoint somebody and anoint somebody like they're the next king. And and look where it's gotten us. I mean, it worked nice when we got Barack Obama and made everybody feel good after he did that big speech at the DNC. But aside from that, like, where's the competition? So no one's going to run against an 83-year-old man that can't lift his knees and feet off the ground.
Billions of people all over the place. Why is it that nobody
Because it's
feels
rude.
it's rude?
And it's considered rude to run against the sitting president unless they're stepping down.
It's not even that. If you guys have been like paying attention, these Republicans are like dogs.
They are.
They're like
rabid
dogs. The Democrats,
Yeah, they'll circle around,
They can't
yeah.
even keep up.
Right.
It's like, yo.
Carlos, can I ask your opinion about Barack Obama as a president?
I like him as a figurehead, but policy-wise, I mean, he was deporting people, he was bomb droning people, he was doing all the same thing that every other president does. It's there's a difference between the charismatic person and the function of the office.
Yeah.
And he's a president just like the rest of them, and I don't think there's a big difference.
Politician.
Yeah, but I don't want to slander politicians because I think individually they have good ideas, but once you get into the system. And you're not willing to rock the system will rock you to sleep.
So this is what I'm
You
experiencing
end up taking
right
pictures
now.
and posting them all over social media to make it seem like you're everywhere.
In SWAT.
Well then.
In SWAT.
That's a couple of darts.
Damn.
It's one of those things where, like, we all know Hondo is like the leader in there, and he's like the only black man, and we're going through the racist cop and blah blah blah. Can you actually make a difference individually? As an individual, can you actually make a difference?
Locally,
Question.
Locally, probably.
locally, you can make a difference in people's lives that you help, right?
Yeah.
You get a phone call, you help a family get into housing, you help somebody get into a school, you write letters of recommendation, you get people jobs that change their lives. You can do that. You can do that individually as a state rep, as a city councilor, state senator. When you start to want to move around policy that helps large numbers of people, you're not going to be able to do that by yourself. You need your colleagues to buy in with you. If you want to change the curriculum, everybody says they want to change the curriculum for Boston Public Schools, which is 85% children of color. You need the 50,000 parents and constituents to go to the State House and testify and write letters to
Yeah.
convince 160 or the majority of 160 state reps to do something.
So basically, one teacher that decides that they want to make a change is probably, unfortunately,
Right.
You need more people.
you need more people because
Right.
you are not going to be the only one that can make this change. You're going to get cut off at some point when somebody higher up says
No, we don't like
yeah,
that. Right.
Yeah.
Or we don't care about that issue. Right.
That's crazy. That's
Very
wild.
interesting.
You have
So,
a
yeah.
question. It said, Carlos, what's your thought about the squad's current state of Zionism Resolution 888?
I mean, resolutions. Resolutions are kind of ceremonial. I mean, I do believe people should speak up, especially elected leaders. They're in public, so
Yeah.
they should speak up against certain things that you disagree with. But if it doesn't change, I mean, we're basically supporting apartheid. So if it doesn't ask for divestment from Israel, then it's just kind of a show. Which is fine, but we should just keep it in perspective. It's just a show. When it was South Africa, when it was Mandela, we were talking about not going to Shell gas station, not doing business with people that invested in South Africa. Why aren't we doing the same things for Israel? That's an apartheid state. And then the answer is because we're still in an apartheid
Yes.
state. But, so it's a little tough. But, until certain of us and our tribe start to be more responsible with our money, that's what happens. You just get shows like that. You just get a show of solidarity. You get a quick boycott that doesn't really last, and then it's back to business.
Back to literally everybody standing on business. I don't care about your little problems. I got to make this money.
Like the squad is some smart legislators, and I follow them, but there's 4 out of how many in Congress. So they have to build a coalition out of people that will walk with them, and it's not just their colleagues, but also their constituents. So how many of their constituents are going to meet with them when they show up in their town to protest something?
And this squad is AOC and Ayanna. Who is it?
Congresswoman Ayanna Presley,
Presley.
Rashid
I
Tlaib
heard
in
the
Minnesota.
other day that Ayanna
She might be stepping away from the squad a little bit.
Yeah,
And
because
Ileana
they
Omar?
voted to not do something for this whole Palestine thing. They voted against it in some of these bills or somebody.
And that's the weird thing with politics. Like, we don't. I'm sounding like I'm defending politicians now. Wow. We don't give them a lot of grace to change. Like you can't be the same person all the time. I can't walk lockstepping with you every single day. We might disagree on something.
Yeah.
And when I disagree with you, as long as it's not something that's hurting you or your people, there shouldn't be beef. It should just be like, all right, I'll catch you on the next one. But sometimes, a lot of times, people get real petty because they're people, and they'll hold that against them. I'm not voting for you because you did that, or I'm not putting you on this committee because you didn't go with me when I did this. It's like it's business.
So she's not stepping away from the squad. She's stepping away from that issue. Is that what it is?
Yeah, unless they have
her up.
real differences that are irreconcilable, then she'll probably stay away from it.
Wow.
Congresswoman is sharp. That's a sharp, smart woman.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. So that's that guy. Whatever his name
He's
is.
out of there. Yeah.
3 commercial ships hit by missiles. Is it missiles? In the Houthi attack in the Red Sea, the U.S. warship downs 3 drones. Ballistic missiles fired by Yemen's Houthi rebels struck 3 commercial ships Sunday in the Red Sea, with a U.S. warship shot down 3 drones in self-defense during the hours-long assault, the U.S. military said. The Iranian-backed Houthis claimed 2 of the attacks. The strikes marked an escalation in a series of maritime attacks in the Mideast linked to the Israel-Hamas war, as multiple vessels found themselves in the crosshairs of a single Houthi assault for the first time in the conflict. Houthi. The U.S. vowed to consider all appropriate responses in the wake of the attack, specifically calling out Iran after tensions have been high for years now over Tehran's rapidly advancing nuclear program.
What that mean?
What any of that mean? What I said?
So one, don't trust. Let's consider the source. We weren't there, right? We weren't on that boat. We don't know. We didn't see the press release from Hamas or from the Houthi to say we did it.
I think it's very interesting that this is under Yahoo Finance.
Yeah, and it's very weird that all of a sudden, whenever there's one beef, the U.S. is able to slide over and go, well, why are we over here? Why don't we look at? So Iran has been a problem for the U.S. for years because they were originally the axis of evil when George Bush II was in office.
Right.
So they're always looking to cripple their finances and their military nuclear program. So this might be a good reason to say, hey, well, now that we got Israel is in the middle of this war, and I don't even want to call it a war because they're just killing people.
Yeah.
But now maybe we can get over here as well while we have Israel here, and we can launch some attacks into Iran. I don't think they're ready for that. But this could be a precursor to that kind of action in the Mideast.
Oh, okay. So this happened in Dubai.
What I want to know how much it
And
costs. How much you
Yemen
think
and
that missile and them drones cost?
A trillion.
I wonder if it says in here.
Got money for war, but can't feed the poor.
There it is.
Tupac Shakur.
Oh, that's bars.
Thank you very much. Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you.
Wow, you did that, girl.
Somebody get this girl a record deal.
Somebody get her some records.
Expeditiously.
There was a Las Vegas shooting. 5 homeless people were shot and one was dead. One is dead. A Las Vegas mass shooting. 5 homeless people were shot in Las Vegas on Friday, one of them fatally, and police are searching for a lone suspect. I think the update says that now they have arrested someone. The shooting occurred around 5:30 p.m. near a freeway overpass in the northeastern part of the city. A police commander initially said 2 were killed, but Las Vegas Metro Police Department spokesman later said at a briefing that 1 man in his 50s was pronounced dead and another was in critical condition, while 3 others were in stable condition. Right now, we are trying to figure out what exactly happened during the shooting. The information we have is kind of conflicting. The shooting comes after police in Los Angeles announced Friday that they are searching for a suspect in the fatal shootings of 3 homeless people in several incidents that month. This story has been updated with the police saying 1 victim died, not 2. And I think now the update is that an arrest has been made.
Sound like a serial killer, doesn't it?
Yeah, like
do.
Pepper spray ain't gonna work in that scenario.
Right, and remember last year there was a serial killer in California that was going around
Yeah.
shooting a lot of killing
Homeless people?
They're easy victims, unfortunately.
I think they were maybe homeless people or something like that last year. I remember we talked about that a lot. These people that were getting shot in
Only if they had that drone money, they could have been inside.
I have a
safe.
question onto the homeless people. Not a debate, but it is how do you guys feel about this? The other day, somebody posted a sign on the McDonald's over by Mass and Cass. And it says, please do not feed anybody loitering for the safety of yourselves and the customers.
Right.
And there was some conflict about that. And in my head, I'm like, it's unfortunate. However, I get it.
Here come a bike lane argument.
I get it.
That's like, please don't
You
feed.
get it? The
please
animals?
don't feed the animals.
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean, if I'm at that means, because I think about it as, like when they say, anything I say is going to be disclaimer.
I get what you're saying. If you feed them, they'll keep coming back to this place. It might make it unsafe for other people.
Yes.
But see how that pits poor people, good people against poor people? Like, why aren't we mad that they aren't being fed, period?
So that's it. But then my whole thing onto that
You don't want to
was,
feed homeless people
if
either?
we're gonna,
No, I think
no, it's not about not feeding them, but do we need to feed them near the entrances and exits and the windows of another business's establishment if they're asking you not to do it? Why you can't get the McDonald's and take it across the street?
Yeah.
I get that.
It's very intrusive over there, down by Max and Cass. I've gone into the drive-through at McDonald's, and I can't order my food because there was someone standing.
You still go to that McDonald's?
No, I have since this incident.
See, wait, hold on. Stop. Stop. Right
First
there.
of all, I don't even eat
See
it,
what
but
you
yeah,
said.
I ain't been there in years.
Why don't you go there?
Because it's a chaos at night.
Okay,
Even
so-
before Mass and Cass was there, it was a little chaos. I mean, actually, it's been like 10 years. It's been a little
it's
chaotic.
the spot to go to
It's
late
sketchy.
night.
Yeah.
Late night.
So that's what I'm
but
saying.
What I'm saying is that, like, I went there to the last time I was there.
Yeah.
I went to go order something, and there was a homeless man standing at the speaker where I was trying to order.
Yeah.
And so I don't go there
So
anymore.
I'm glad that you guys are saying that, because it's either the people who are arguing to feed the people most likely don't even go to that McDonald's in the first place. But if I'm coming home from BMC
I get it.
and I need something to eat real quick, and I see a plethora of Mass and Cass people, and in my head I'm like, I'm a Christian, I'm gonna feed everybody all the time. Now I gotta spend $400 each time I come to McDonald's on the on the homeless people, and nobody else is coming to eat out of this establishment because they scared.
But see, the thing is that it's unnecessary. It's a lie that they're not choosing to eat because they just don't want to eat. My mother used to go out there and she used to give food to the homeless, right? And I used to get nervous every time. She would have to go with somebody else to go with her because I don't know some of the people are hostile.
Right.
But what's the point of going down there when up the street, down the street, you have all these food banks and stuff giving away food? No, instead they want people. They're looking forward to the convenience of people coming and literally coming up there, and it's not needed. It's unnecessary.
I agree with that part. So I don't like. I mean, so part of it is our personal inconvenience. Like I don't like walking out of an ATM. And somebody's out there paying.
Me either.
Or walking into an ATM,
especially because the ATM don't give out any ones, and I can't, and not even 10. So it's not like I'm gonna hand you a 20.
And I can't say I just got a card.
To give you a 20, right?
I just came out the bank.
But I also have to understand it from that person's point of view. Like this is a high traffic area where people have disposable income, and so it's a numbers game, right? It's like being in the club and talking to the more women you talk to, the more numbers you might get. The more I stand in this busy area, the more I might be able to get a couple dollars and some food. If McDonald's doesn't want them there, if the customers of McDonald's doesn't want them there, I understand it. But what I would like for a better action than to say don't feed the humans is to lean on those, to figure out what the food banks are doing, what the mayor of Boston is doing, what the health commission is doing to make sure that there's food available for this population.
That was
on a
my
regular
thing.
basis.
My thing it's not the businesses. It shouldn't be the business's responsibility to lose business and have to feed people. And that's what it is. Like, if I'm going to continue to feed these people, I'm just going to tell another person, and now there's going to be 7 people at the window when I'm trying to order, and I can't not feed all of them. So now I'm digging myself into whatever, and I'm not going to come back anymore. So the next customer who is not as nice as me is going to come up to this window and see these people asking me for a burger, and I'm not that Christian person. I don't want to give it to you. Now they slap me in my face. Now we tussling.
I mean, the system is broken. That's why all these restaurants and fast food places will rather throw their food out in the trash at night because they rather avoid a lawsuit, and they're not protected against being able to give it to needing populations. It's just a broken system.
Yeah, who placed the sign? Was it the owners
it's
of the restaurant?
Of the restaurant.
Sauce put up that sign.
I saw it and I was like, ugh.
She signed her name on it like,
Lawanda says, I think there should be no loitering and soliciting signs. You not going to be able to control people. Yeah,
So that if you do that, then the police come and then the police are locking them up for soliciting and loitering.
Yes.
And now you're paying $46,000 to keep them in a jail cell or run them through court, rather than give them the dollar value menu you were going to give them.
So what you're saying is it's cheaper to keep them.
I'm just saying pick one. Pick one is all. Make a decision.
There ain't no dollar menu no more. Let me tell you. Don't even get me started on that.
Right.
So anyhow, FBI says employee was carjacked in D.C. An FBI agent was carjacked near Capitol Hill on Wednesday afternoon as the number of armed carjackings has surged over the past year in the nation's capital. The FBI confirmed to The Hill that one of its employees was carjacked on Wednesday, adding to the FBI Washington field office and D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Department carjacking task force are investigating the incident. DC's MPD said its officers responded to an armed carjacking at about 3:45 p.m. in the broad daylight in the 100 block of 12th Street Northeast on Wednesday. The police said the victim was a federal agent and reported that two suspects had taken the vehicle, which was recovered shortly after the incident at about 4:10 p.m.
The Northeast is supposed to be one of the good quadrants. Southeast is the hood quadrant, is the blacker quadrant of chocolate, so what remains of Chocolate City.
D.C. has seen a staggering jump in carjackings this year, recently surpassing 900 carjackings in 2023. Out of the 908 carjackings reported as of Wednesday, 77% had involved guns, according to the carjacking data. The Henry Queller was also a victim of an armed carjacking earlier this year when parking his car outside the his DC apartment in the Navy Yard. He's a representative.
What does it feel like to be carjacked? Like, what would you do? I'd be like,
and you can't carry a gun in DC, so only the criminals and cops got guns in DC.
They don't have no gun. They don't have no gun permission.
It's a federal area. I don't think you get any permission to carry unless it's like directly to your business. Your average citizen can't just get a gun and walk around. In DC, they're gonna ban face masks like Philly did the other day.
That's crazy. They should ban them face masks.
What?
What? Oh! I'm thinking of the ones that the boys on the scooters.
Yeah, that's what. What
is it? Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah. What
they
the
banned
balaclava. Those. Yeah, I love a balaclava.
What's it called? What?
Pooh Shiesty.
It's a balaclava.
It's the full face mask. It only leaves your eyes out, covers your whole face.
I don't like it.
I don't travel without it.
That's a rubber. That's automatically.
We got a comment. Good morning, Spark and Carlos. How do documentaries focusing on the two most racist and damaging culturally formative events, busing and Charles Stewart, inform the culture today?
Man, I don't know. I gotta watch. I haven't seen either one of them yet.
You haven't seen it?
I think it's good that younger people that weren't around for it or couldn't contextualize. Like I'm a little too young for busing. I know y'all think I'm old in here, but I was born in '76, so
my mother was a part of the busing thing when she was in high school. So that's
right.
My parents.
So it's good to get that history, and maybe especially with a documentary, I'd like to see some faces and see if I ever worked with some of these people in City Hall or the State House. But the same thing for the Charles Stewart murder. I think it's good for people to get more context, more information, and find out what happened so that they can be better informed about the history of their city. Because, where you get the information and when you get it shapes how you think and how you view things.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what the conversation is about.
Yeah, and I think that Charles Stewart one especially could be very relevant to, even the story we just read about carjacking and all of that stuff. So it's very relevant, and it is very historical to a big part of why Boston even has the reputation that it has, the busing situation and this Charles Stewart thing. So
how people view cops. When you think about how a generation of young men might feel towards police officers, you can go back to figure out how many men were profiled in that year '89, and that's going to shape their opinion.
Is it any real difference between back then and now?
Oh yeah. They were much worse.
Yeah. Really?
The D words will jump out on you now.
Mm-hmm.
This was all of them. You know what I mean? This was all of them. And there weren't any oversight or controls, and you didn't have movements where people were, marching on a progressive mayor. Like it's a totally different day.
Luanda says those documentaries, like the busing one, brings it full circle for understanding what's happening in the city.
Boom.
Yeah. So I agree with that.
I'm gonna definitely watch both of them.
Yeah, I do. I am gonna get into that.
Just be able to decompress afterwards. Like I always find myself, I need to have something rolled up.
No,
I don't drink any alcohol. You know what I mean?
Get mad and start cussing out your neighbors and things.
And you're right, Carlos, because that Sean Ellis one was very triggering in a lot of ways, and it did invoke some feelings inside of me. Also, the one about the Central Park guys too.
Yes,
that was really
that very first episode. I was
like,
bawling.
what? Are you kidding me? Like, what is going on here?
The nice takeaway I get from those is being able to see humans operate with grace, level of grace that I don't have. Like to see Sean Ellis be able to smile. Like I was falsely accused and convicted, and I did 3 months. To see a man get falsely convicted and lose 20 years of his life and still be able to come out. Like these days, I don't smile. So I'm like, how is he smiling? Like, okay, that gives me something to work towards. There's a level of grace and happiness I need to still strive for. So I use him as a kind of a role model to that. But imagine how many times, like we see for every one documentary, there's probably 100 to 200 men or women that have gone through the same thing.
This is the reason why I hate I hate the movie Life because
I was talking about that the other day. Great movie, but it's
great
tough. It's hard, ain't it?
But they took those men whole life away from them.
But multiply that by tens of thousands.
Yeah. I'm never really happy. I'm happy for the people being released, but even that comes with a lot of trauma too.
Absolutely.
Now I've been spending 20-something odds years in jail. You just gonna throw me now? You gonna let me out into this completely different world?
The family that they lost in the meantime.
Yeah, everybody's older. You missed everything. I am never really fully excited about people that have been convicted. Finding out that they were right all the time.
Right.
Like, no.
And then they give them what, $2 million, and it's like, what am I supposed to do?
You can't give them their life back, right? People should check out the Innocence Project. It's a great organization that does great work around.
There's documentaries on the Innocence Project as well. I think I'm not sure if they're on Netflix, but it's really cool. And then this is our little WTF story for the day. World's first tampons for men are an insult to women. They are tampons for men who menstruate.
It's called menstruation, isn't it?
Menstruation. The world's first.
Somebody woman explain this for me, please.
Ooh, the world's first tampons for men have been criticized by feminist campaigners as an insult to women who suffer period discrimination. I don't know what the name of that company is, but it's a Finnish company released the controversial. Yeah, thank you. Controversial new sanitary product earlier this month to coincide with Transgender Awareness Week and International Men's Day.
Wait. So if you're a trans man, if you're a woman, if you were born a woman and you have not had surgery. And you identify as a man, you would still need sanitary products.
Yes.
And that's who this is for.
Yes.
But why wouldn't you just be able to use the sanitary products
Because
that are on the market? Because they're not marketed to you. The same reason why we need our own, men use their own lotion that's marketed to men and not Dove.
Yes. So this product comes in a dark blue box, which has the word for men on one side, but then extends this phrase around the packaging, so it eventually reads for menstruation. So it goes like around like that. On another side of the packet, it stated that periods are not a gender issue. The company has said in a statement online that it launched a period product to raise the issue of genderness of hygiene products and the anxiety related to menstruation in trans men. The company said,
Period.
Let's say it's not a gender issue. It is a biological issue, though, right?
This is my thing, though. If I'm gonna trans to a woman, if I'm trans into a man, the first thing that I'm gonna stop is the period. I'm not
That's
gonna keep
you, though.
No, but see, I just feel like
you gotta save up that surge for the surgery.
I mean, they would have to give me hormone medication to cut that off right now, put me through early menopause or something. Because if I'm going to the other side, I don't want none of these problems because this is not my problems. I don't believe in these woman-ass problems.
How you cross the street and stay on the same side?
Huh?
How you cross the street and stay on the same side?
That's what I'm saying.
That's weird.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like, if I gotta get specific tampons for my manhood.
That's why I said it's biological. It's not based on how you identify. It's based on what your body's doing.
Sensically, you gonna have to close that up.
The company says that trans men, females who identify as male, might continue to experience menstrual cycles even while undergoing hormone treatment.
Did you say trans men, female?
Trans men, females who identify as male.
Okay.
So even while undergoing hormone treatment, they may still get periods to change to hormone treatments to change the gender, or may choose not to have such therapy at all, and so will still have periods. So they added that studies show that 93% of trans men have experienced menstrual-related gender dysmorphia, a sense of unease a person may have because of a mismatch between their biological sex and their gender identity. The face of the For Men Tampons advertising campaign, Dakota Robin, a Finnish trans man and human rights activist, said, by changing attitudes and broadening perspectives, we can also stamp out discrimination against gender minorities.
You said Finnish as in from Finland?
Yeah, from Finnish.
Okay, I thought you said finished. No. I was about to be like, holy
Like
moly,
done.
who wrote this? Right.
How come they didn't call them man-pawns?
Yo, don't be giving away your best ideas on there.
It's already on the internet.
Oh, I was about to say, you just blew it right there.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I was about to take a quick break and go hit the trademark on
nice.
it.
They even have a blue string instead of the white one.
So that might be a whole line of. I don't know
but
how
I
large that business segment
what
is.
What if I'm a woman that is a woman and I love blue? Why were you taking the color blue and making it stand for men?
Say that, sis.
You could use it. You could still get it.
No, but it's not marketed to me because I like blue.
Neither is the lotion that we use.
Can I use the man pond?
That Old Spice lotion y'all been using in all the commercials.
Oh.
Can I use the man pond?
You're looking at someone that's never used one, so I don't know why you're looking over here directing your questions towards me. I just became comfortable with them in my old maturity and be able to go to the store and buy them and bring them home.
Good for you, Carlos. I appreciate that from your wife.
I assume you can use them. You know more about them than me.
I don't know.
Be directing the questions at me
I'm
like
gonna
I'm the expert.
assume that you can. They got man. Oh yeah, I did see these leak guards as well. They're like little panty liners.
Yeah, panty liners for men. Yes.
Are they gonna be like slogans like, see, you know how secret deodorant was like strong enough for a man but pH balanced for a woman?
Ooh.
Will they start reversing those clever kind of things?
And did Secret have to stop using that? What is this?
My next question is: these men panty liners look like they are betterly produced than the women
like someone's
ones.
about to switch.
I'm about to switch because that cut my whole.
Easy.
You know what I said?
Save
These
it
men
for Freaky
need
Fridays.
They need to put them in the back.
Here we go.
Nasty ass.
All right, let's go.
Pastor Troy said, "Man's got Post piss drip and man's getting to get man ponds.
There you go.
And you know,
Post piss.
That's real. Tell him, Pastor Troy.
Pastor Troy always talking
There's
about
only so much shaking you can do before you enter a whole different realm.
of men.
Twice is for utility. Anytime more than you shake it more than twice, you venturing off.
This man said post piss drip.
You don't know, y'all. And actually, I want to dive while we're on this wild subject. Men get a bad reputation for the drip. Toilet seats, around the toilet seats. Let's not act like men are the only ones that drip. Sometimes
they do.
I've learned some things. Sometimes y'all get up kind of quick.
Yes.
And it be y'all.
Yeah. Don't be able to not go home, Carlos.
I know. That's why I slowed it down because I told her to tune in too. But I'm just saying, if everybody just puts the toilet seat down when they flush. And lift it up when they need to. We can stop all this man versus. Every year y'all say we're gonna stop this man versus women.
Tissue and dab on.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. If you got a light colored pants on.
But it's not embraced.
It's not efficient, and it's bad for the environment. You don't want as many.
You don't have to use a whole bunch of. You can
as
use
much
one
tissue
square.
as y'all use in a month versus what we use in a month. A roll of tissue lasts a man a whole month.
For real.
And y'all go through it in a week.
This is true.
So you don't want us adding to that. We're saving the planet. Basically, men have been saving the planet.
You're friggin' right.
All right.
Move on. We don't like it when y'all.
That's it. I'm done. I have nothing else to say.
Let me just see if we have anything that Usher breaks down in tears as he wraps up his Vegas residency. If you didn't see it, then I'm sorry, you're not going to see it.
Yeah, probably one of the best residencies I've seen in a long time.
Absolutely.
Damn, I wanted to go see it. New Edition's up next, right? Aren't they going to Vegas?
They?
Yeah.
All of them? Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike?
Well, we know Bobby should be able to.
And Johnny, too? Ralph and Johnny, too?
Bobby got to get his weight together, man.
Bobby got to get a lot of things together.
I mean, if he got to perform night after night, that might get him in shape. But Vegas might be a lot of temptation for Bobby.
Nights like this, I wish. Not him. Nick Cannon says he spends at least $200,000 at Disneyland a year. Yeah, because you have 4,000 kids.
children.
That sounds about right. That's appropriate.
Good. Very random.
I know.
Tidbit.
Michael B. Jordan crashes Ferrari into a parked Kia, I believe it was, in Hollywood.
If that was a Kia, that Kia ate his joint up. I'm gonna get. If that was a Kia,
because Kias are built to
it
last.
must be a top of the line Kia because his Ferrari is tore up and he got the money and he got insurance. That ain't no loss.
He's fine. Day one
is.
Day one DNA, 50 years in hip hop culture.
What's that mean?
Private collection of Ice-T and DJ Africa as Islam. I don't know. Unexpected.
Ice Spice was in Boston last night.
She was. She was.
I don't know what that. Sorry, that don't know what that.
Tourette's is acting up.
And said something about ice, and I was like, Ice Spice.
Ice chocolate. Unexpected twist in Jonathan Major's trial stuns courtroom. So I didn't know that they threw out his counterclaim on his white woman girlfriend. Because
ex-girlfriend. He's making good now.
After she came out with he hit her, he came back and was like, nah, she hit me, and they threw out her case. So the judge has said that it could come back in her domestic violence problem so that they can really get to the good foot.
Because he had witnesses. He had the driver of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you know. LeBron James and Ime. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
LeBron James and Ime Udoka exchanged some not so friendly words. Oh, the audio link.
Yeah. Now I don't know if it's real audio, but it was good because LeBron was using a message I used to give to you all the time.
What was that?
Ime Udoka was using the B word very loosely. And LeBron was like, yo, just chill out, using it a little too loose to be insulting. No, you all grown men here. You don't have to use it that loosely.
Yeah.
And Ime was like, well, what you gonna do about it,
Yeah,
B-word?
Ime said, you come over here. Well, according to this audio, you coming over here.
Could be a deep fake, though.
Right. He's like, you coming over here like you about to do something. Like, what you about to do?
I would have said something about Nia Long. That's what I would.
There was back and I know. Oh, yeah. There was a lot of back and forth between them, according to the audio. I was listening to the audio this morning. And then Ime ended up getting kicked out of the game.
Yeah, it was the second tech.
What else is very whatevering to me is that I would have never taken Ime to be, well, I can't even say that because I don't know that.
You just lost
Nia
Long.
Yeah.
Exactly. You capable of anything if you toss Nia Long to the side.
Yeah,
I can't trust a man that does that.
A grown ass man on the court, like that's weird to me.
Yeah, play it
I think this is
if you
audio
can.
here.
You have to read what this.
LeBron said, what? Udoka, stop crying like bitches, man. Stop bitching, Udoka says. LeBron, we're all cool. Now that bitch word, don't use it. Yeah, I said it. Don't use that word so loosely. Don't use it so loosely. Don't use it. What are you gonna do? Like you're gonna do something. Soft ass boy. Oh wow.
Stop bitching, acting like you're gonna do something, and then they came over and they ejected him.
Now Ime is a former NBA player, but I don't think he could take. I don't think he could take Braun.
No. I don't think he could take LeBron.
He's
a monster.
Right.
But LeBron seems so calm in the situation, and Ime was so like aggressive. And I'm like, Ime, first of all, calm down. When did you get a job?
I would have hit him with that Honey Nut Cheerio line.
And first of all, you dropped the Nia bag, so I don't care what he say.
What's Honey Nut Cheerios line?
Oh, that's something that Kevin Garnett said about Carmelo's ex, Lala Anthony. I just a little too graphic for morning.
I mean, I tell you something, boy. That Lala boy, she look good. Child.
He was describing what he imagined the flavor of Lala to be, and he equated it with Honey Nut Cheerios. Carmelo Anthony was so upset that he chased him out of the arena and was at the bus waiting for him.
Oh wow!
For fisticuffs
on site.
On site.
And then discussion question. I think we're about time to get out of here. It says, I'm falling deeply in love, but I can't stand to look at her face.
I don't think you're falling in love.
That ain't love. That's delusion.
Let's see. Conflicted romance. I am falling deep in love with a woman who I am not physically attracted to. Her mind, humor, and life goals are attractive, but physically we are not well suited. Looks have not been the most important priority for me, but I would be dishonest if I said it did not matter. Sometimes I find myself looking away from her out of fear that my face will show what I'm thinking.
Damn.
I am a clean-cut and relatively attractive person. I don't understand what this says about me. Are looks now unimportant? Is a potential relationship with this woman doomed to fail?
I think a romantic relationship is doomed to fail.
I think this is done.
Yeah.
Just keep it platonic and support that wonderful woman and hang out with her, have drinks with her. Just don't lead her on.
Y'all know how men do.
Oh,
if
here we
she
go.
gets with someone else, he's going to be salted because he missed out on a good woman.
But you lay in that bed, you make the bed, you lay in it.
Yeah, for him, it is probably better to string her along, even though he's not attracted to her, than to let her go.
If you have to look away,
that
to
means
hide
that
your face,
you're a little bit repulsed by her,
you're
right?
beyond unattractive. You have to look away because you think you can't hold a poker face.
Yeah.
So how do you go out to dinner? How you have a drink?
That's what I'm saying, sir.
That's crazy.
But how does he think that he's falling in love with her, though? That's so.
He likes her personality.
Yeah, he's probably her BFF, and he just don't want to.
I don't think that's really falling in love.
No, that's not falling in love. That's
just
I feel some great
admiration,
emotional connection to this
Yeah,
person,
yeah.
and they're my good friend. I love them,
Yeah,
but I'm not in love them.
Exactly.
Let me tell y'all something. If anybody's out here dating me and you feel like you do not want to look at me because I'm not attracted, please leave me the hell alone. Leave me alone. I'm be fine by myself. Thank you very much, but no.
That's awful. That's so mean.
That's different than, I started to fall in love with her after the fact. But you saying there ain't no way that you can convince your brain to be attracted to this woman in which you love.
Isn't that crazy?
No, you're beyond that.
Yeah, you're repulsed.
You're repulsed. The sight of her angers me.
Bro, I don't want anybody.
Oh my God.
That's mean.
What she look like? She probably not even that bad.
What if you see her and you be like, I see what happened here.
Is there no hope for unattractive people?
No. There is lots of hope because sometimes you see a lot of
the eye of the beholder.
Boy,
right.
I tell you, because there's some people out here that I see like, oh wow, you have a husband. He loves you. Wow.
Now women I know guys do that. I didn't know women do that too.
Oh, absolutely.
So I usually see unattractive guys with attractive women and be wow, putting the thing down, he doing something.
Women love ugly men.
Because y'all I read the other day, y'all like safety over love and security over love. So as long as he makes you feel safe and then y'all go.
I'm a tad vain. I got to not be repulsed by you.
I can't look away.
I'm sad for that woman, and I
what
don't
do you
even
gotta
know
look
who
like
she
for
is.
somebody to be repulsive?
You got to look repulsive.
You could have like maybe you got $150, maybe someone scarred you, maybe you got a mole in a bad place.
Maybe
like
you got
scars.
little. Maybe you. I once dated a guy whose head was shaped like a question mark.
Yeah, you said he didn't have no back of head.
He didn't have no back of
come
head.
on.
Yeah, no.
He was hot though.
How?
He had a nice. He had a face, Carlos. He didn't
when
have no
when
back of
rested
head.
his head on your arm,
was
it
just
fit you
kinda
perfectly.
like, and then it like dipped in sharply.
What happened to him?
I didn't ask. We don't talk no more.
Did he wear? Oh, let me stop.
He didn't wear. He didn't wear no hat. He was a
No
jerk.
Scully,
too.
no nothing, no
I
fitteds.
got to start dating ugly guys though because
You said start or stop?
Start. I gotta
Oh, I
start.
thought you said stop.
I gotta start dating guys who aren't that attractive. I want to do that.
But repulsive?
No, not repulsive, but not the most attractive.
Yeah, I mean, I think
These
mildly
guys,
average is a good.
these cute guys be thinking they the prize, and I'm tired.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nah. What's up?
You not the prize. I'm the prize. God damn it.
You ain't no diva.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming in and hanging with us, Carlos. It's always great to see you.
My pleasure.
And welcome for your very first time into Spark Studios.
Thank you very
Which is ridiculous.
Thank you very much.
Damn ridiculous.
But I'll take it.
All right.
Take my
Up next,
pictures
we
in
got Bobby Steele's on the ones and twos from 11 to 1. Make sure you guys keep it locked for your old school throwbacks, reggaes, and feel good music. Bobby Steele, Spark FM Online. We are out of here.
Bye-bye.
Let's start with the big question.
The all new Spark FM.
3, 2, 1.
Spark FM.
I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is